All right, we are moving to New York City. You excited?
Very excited.
What do you think? How long do you think it's going to take us to get there?
Well, it might have to take us 7 days. We got to beat this thing there.
We got to see our son in Denver, and then we got to beat this truck to New York City. Well, as you can see, this is the first time in a long time, 3.5 years, where everything is bare in our house. See, this is the master bedroom. Nothing is there anymore. This is my office where I make all my videos. Everything is packed up and ready to go. Our TV used to be up there, our couch, everything, as you can see, it's pretty much gone. We got a few last things to throw in the car and make our trip. We're gonna drive across the country to get to New York City. All right, it's official. We're on the road and we got a long way to go. So Robin, what do you think? We're saying goodbye to Oceanside.
Yep, we're saying goodbye to Oceanside. Getting a little sad.
Yeah, we spent the last 3.5 years here in San Diego County, and now we're heading across the country. It's gonna take us a while, but we'll show you along the way. The thing about California, it's pretty big, and I mean, once you start going east and away from the beach, you start to hit the desert, and it's just a whole lot of nothing out here. We made a little stop here in Barstow, California, to go charge up the Tesla, because you got to do that, and it takes you to the superchargers. And I think this is there's nothing out here except for these outlet stores that are right around here. So if you go to Barstow, and if you like outlet stores, go to Barstow. Otherwise, there's not a whole lot out here. We're back on the road. All right, looks like we are out of California finally, and we are in Primm, Nevada. So you can see Primm, Nevada is right in front of us, and one of the things you'll notice is it goes from absolutely nothing out here to having casinos, because you can have casinos in Nevada. Robin, you got this?
Yep, plugging it in.
Plug it in the Tesla. All right, we are approaching Vegas, but we're gonna blow right through it. Isn't that fitting? That's the New York casino right there, and that's where we're heading. To the real New York. The old Bellagio, we stayed there before. That's a beautiful building. $1 billion building, they call it, because it costs $1 billion to make it. All right, well, you could barely see us because it's been dark out now, and we have gone through Arizona, and we're getting ready to go through Utah now. So we're doing all this in one night, hitting 4 states, starting in California, Nevada, Arizona, Utah, and we should then get a hotel, and we'll sit back for the night, and we'll start the whole thing again tomorrow. All right, day 2 of our journey, and we are heading to Denver, hopefully. It's 630 miles in the car, so that's gonna take us a while, especially again in the Tesla where you gotta get it charged up. What do you think, Robin? You excited?
Yeah, I am.
And that's where our son lives, so we're gonna see our son, Matt. All right. We made it to Utah. If you're following us, we started in Oceanside, California yesterday. We made it to Utah, and it was St. George where we spent the night. And now we are hoping to end up in Denver, but right now we just left, what's it called? Richfield, Utah, which I never heard of, but the Tesla charging station was here, so that's why we're there. We were just in Beaver not that long ago. So now our next stop will be Green River. So the next stop is Green River for that Tesla charging station, and then hopefully we'll be in Denver And then our son has plans tonight, but he lives in Denver, but we'll see him tomorrow for a day or two, and then we'll head back to keep heading to New York City. Zion National Park right over there. All right, we're in Beaver, Utah. It's time to charge up the Tesla again. It's also time to walk the Snickers, right? You're gonna walk Snicks?
Yeah.
All right, Snicks, have a nice walk. Well, back on the road and heading to Richfield for the next charging station. There's the other half of the truck that fell off.
Oh my God.
I guess sometimes you run into some bad accidents out here. This thing was moving like sodas and stuff. Well, that looked a little scary because I guess it was a soda truck and there's soda all over the place now. But luckily it looks like nobody got hurt. Well, we made it to the supercharging station, the Tesla supercharging station in Richfield, Utah. And other than these charging stations, there's not a whole lot out here. Arches National Park is that way. All right, we made it to Colorado, right, Robin?
Yeah, we're in Colorado.
We're getting there. We're getting there. Looks like we hit a storm. It's pretty nasty out there. All right, we're at Edwards, Colorado, charging up the car again. There's a lot of that. I didn't show you the last few stops, but there is a lot of that. But anyway, what I want to say is that it really has cooled down here, where it's been almost 100 degrees, or in some places we've been 100 degrees. It is like 60 degrees here in Edmond. I'm not sure why it's so cool here. But next stop, hopefully, will be Denver. Is Beaver Creek Ski Resort. How you doing, Snicks? Everything good? You ready to get to Denver? The world famous Vail Resort. So this obviously looks a lot different in the wintertime. So there's snow everywhere here because it's a beautiful ski resort in the wintertime. Well, we just passed the Continental Divide. Some pretty steep cliffs up there. All right, we made it to our destination because Denver is right there. All right, we're taking a little break from being on the road, taking a little spin in downtown Denver. There's our little dog. Just taking a little walk. What do you think of Denver so far, Rob?
It's very quiet, certainly. Downtown is really quiet, but it's pretty, but it's quiet.
Yeah. And later on, we'll see our son, and we'll do something with him because he lives here, and then we'll get back on the road. Looks like they got a little market up there, so we're going to check it out. I'm amazed that everywhere we go, we see them. They're everywhere. I mean, overseas, here, they definitely have a network out there. It's a little quiet here in Denver. It is a Sunday morning. I think that's probably why. It's usually more packed, but it being Sunday morning, it's a little quiet. This is an interesting sculpture. It's called the National Velvet. artwork on this bridge. We got some more cool artwork here. Hey, I was just fixing the seat for you back there.
Where's the Snickers? We're not taking the Snickers?
No, she's not allowed at Top Golf.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Your Yeti's back there.
Oh, nice. Yeah, this thing.
Yeah. So how's everything?
Good.
Well,
So
that's
where am I
good.
going?
Hey, and Alyssa, they get paid on the 13th. That's this coming Friday. Brand's gonna pay all of
Today's the
his.
13th.
Or the 18th. The 18th. Yeah, we love that. The mushroom.
Oh, you like that? But I can let you know I got them. They're only $1 at the dollar cheese. Yeah, I'm gonna have a bunch of
It's a Route 66 method.
Are we going in here? This is where we're heading, huh? Okay.
Yeah, that's
All right.
looking good.
Yeah.
The smoothie ball.
So this is the Rhino art area of Denver. Walking around at night in Denver, and there's this beautiful building here with the light on it. I'll show it to you. We gave you a parking spot, but I guess you didn't. Bless you.
It's a balancing act.
All right. All right, Snicks.
Do you have to carry her?
Maybe. She's a little drugged up.
Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you doing?
Good, 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 good. How are you?
Hi, Snickers.
She's a little drugged up from the,
You know where you are.
to be calm in the car.
They did such a good job with her grooming. She looks so pretty.
Yeah.
Snickers, you look pretty.
Sure, you look fat.
She does.
Day 3, we're gonna go eat some breakfast with our son and his girlfriend, and then we're gonna hit the road.
You want to take them off?
Oh.
You have to take Ann home.
Yeah, I gotta drop her off.
Alright,
So,
Yeah.
see you.
I'll
Great
see
to
you.
see you.
Yeah, it's great to see you.
See you in the winter.
And it's great to see you too.
Nice seeing you.
Have a good one. Have a good day at work.
Oh, we're gonna miss you.
Remember Matt Snicks?
You're too high right now.
She's a little drugged up.
Alright.
So we're near Denver University. We just had breakfast over there at Jolly. It was delicious. And I just wanted to show you this. This was the first ever Chipotle restaurant ever. Right here in Denver University, the very first one. All right, well, this is, I can't remember, is this day 3 or day 4?
See, 1, 2, and then we were off day 3.
That's right, we took off day 3. So this is day 4 on the road to New York City from Oceanside, California, which is in San Diego County. So it's like 3,000-mile trip. And right now we are seeing absolutely nothing on the road. There's just like nothing here. We're in Colorado still, and we left Denver about a couple hours ago, and we are trying to get to Chicago in a couple of days, so we'll see what happens. All right, we are in the state of Nebraska. All right, Robin, we're in Nebraska. What do you think?
Yeah, that's what it said.
Yeah, but again, there's not a whole lot out here in Nebraska, but maybe we'll hit some town that might have some life to it. All right, we're stopping off in Ogallala. I think it's how you pronounce it. Ogallala, is that how you pronounce it?
So I think so.
Nebraska, to charge up the Tesla. That is one big archway. Not sure what it is.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, it was a nice area though.
Yeah.
So
So now at the drive across country.
Wow.
yeah, we know what that's like. That's your Oscar.
That's my Oscar. It's 8.5 pounds.
Wow, that is heavy.
Turn it around. It's loose.
Oh,
Everybody
here we go.
plays with it. I'm getting the Emmy next. Grammy after.
Wanna see it?
Tony's the hardest to get. I don't know anybody who does plate. I gotta go to New York and find somebody who has a Tony.
I'm sure they have them
Alright.
there.
If you go to the Academy
I'm sure they have them in New York.
in Los Angeles,
Since that's where all
you
the
will
problem is.
see our bank at the Academy Awards Museum. We also bank the Broad. You know the Broad Museum in LA?
Yeah, no, there's a Keith Haring.
Yeah, Keith Haring. Yeah, we bank that building too. I
Nice.
thank my mom and my dad.
That's heavier than I thought.
It's 8.5 pounds.
All right, well, we made it to Lincoln, Nebraska, and we're gonna just spend one night here, and then we will, hopefully, we're gonna be at in Chicago tomorrow, and we'll spend a couple of days there because we're a little bit ahead of the moving truck. All right, well, I can't remember what day it is now because we're all kind of bleeding in, but we are leaving Nebraska. We're gonna be in Chicago later today, but probably very later today. We just started on the road, but it's gonna be a while, right? How many hours does it say?
It doesn't say. It's hard to tell.
Well, it's gonna be a while, probably about 8 or 9 hours, I guess, drive to Chicago, and then we'll take a break because we'll be there for a couple of days just to check out Chicago a little bit because it is a cool town, or city I should say, and then we'll be back on the road. All right, leaving Lincoln, there is one observation. That is, if you're vegan like we are, it's very difficult. We actually weren't 100% vegan yesterday. I'm sure there was some butter and milk and some of the stuff that we ate. And unfortunately, when we ordered some beans, we got this vegetarian plate and we picked out 4 different vegetables, and the beans actually had meat in it, which they didn't tell us until after we got it. And then we got some green beans, which you could tell probably had ham stock in it because it tasted that way. So if you're vegan, it's very difficult. Even if you get the vegetarian plate, or vegetable plate, wherever they called it, and that was at Cracker Barrel. But there was only a couple of restaurants open because a lot of them closed early too. Now maybe if we were closer to the university or something, right? Maybe there would have been more choices because younger kids tend to be more open to the vegan lifestyle. But you can tell out here in farmland, it's all animal industry, product industry, and so it's very difficult for us to find something. We're hoping we're gonna have much better luck in Chicago because Chicago's a big city. It's like one of the biggest cities in the country, and we're hoping that they have vegan options there. That'll be a lot easier. Well, we made it to Iowa. It's crazy how much corn they actually grow out here. I mean, it's crazy. Everywhere we look, there's corn growing on either side of the highway. It must be like all the corn in the whole country is grown out here. So we're in Shelby, Iowa, and we're at the first Tesla charging station that we need to go to. And there's an awful lot of corn out here. That's all I could say. So, as we said, there's an awful lot of corn here, isn't there?
Yeah, look at it. It's right here. It's pretty tall.
Yeah. It's taller than you.
Yeah, it's
Taller than me too, right?
not saying a whole lot.
So where we're charging our Tesla, there's actually a little park here, so it's kind of nice to be able to walk around. And we're not going to do it because we don't have our bikes, but there's actually a little nature trail here. There it is right there. A little nature trail you can take your bike on or walk around, but we don't have that much time. We got to get back on the road, and our Tesla is almost charged. Well, we made it to Des Moines, and we are filling up the car again with electricity. We hope to be on the road soon. So next, what's the deal? You're almost ready to get back on the road?
Let's go.
No, you're not ready?
Are you going?
All right, well, we just blew by the University of Iowa, home of the Hawkeyes. All right, we made it to Illinois. So next stop, Chicago. So far, Illinois looks a lot like Iowa and like Nebraska, wouldn't you say?
Yeah.
It's just farmland as far as the eye can see. All right, well, we're coming into Chicago and we have traffic. All right, looks like that's Chicago right in front of us. Got past that traffic jam. That wasn't fun, was it?
No.
But we got past it and now Chicago is right in front of us. Cruising's next. You like this? You like cruising?
We're not Mexican.
Yeah. So we had an awesome vegan dinner at Planted Queen. What'd you think?
Yeah, it's very, very nice.
It was awesome. That right there is the original Pizzeria Uno.
And that's the only pizzeria duo.
And the thing is, Pizzeria Uno and Pizzeria Duo are owned by the same people. A lot of beautiful colors here in Chicago, I have to say. What do you think of this?
It's pretty.
Yeah, definitely. All right, since we have the day off today from driving, we're gonna go to the Millennium Park, which is a pretty popular park here in Chicago, right?
Yeah.
We're gonna take our little dog there. All right, we're at Millennium Park. One of the things that we're really grateful for is when we moved to New York City, which is what we're doing right now, we are going to be right next to Central Park. And I really love these parks that are in cities, don't you? Because, you know, you get these big cities, you have no grass, nothing, everything is sidewalk and everything. But then, bam, you know, there's a nice park there that people can go and get away from the city. And it's like, you're out there. And it's an awesome thing. So as you can see, it's not a piece of art, although it looks like it. It's a pavilion. They're actually going to do some practicing here in a moment with a symphony, but I guess they have concerts in this place. You also have this beautiful lawn here, so I'm assuming you can either grab a seat or you can be out on the lawn and maybe, and you can have, if you don't, you can sit in the seat. The next piece of art I'm going to show you is a pretty famous piece. I've seen it a couple of times now, but I've never seen it fenced off. You know, we used to be able to walk right up to it, but it looks like it's fenced off, but I'll show it to you. So not sure why this is fenced off, but you used to be able to walk right up to it. It's beautiful though, it's really big. Getting a closer look, you can see that they're actually doing construction, that's why it's roped off. But it's a beautiful piece of artwork though. Well, we just got kicked out of the park. And it's because we have a dog, our little dog, which I showed you earlier. We're not allowed to, we didn't know this, but I guess there's no dogs in the park or no pets in the park, so we got to go do something else now, right?
Yeah, luckily Central Park is not like that.
Yeah, Central Park in New York, you have dogs all over the place, so that's a plus. That's one of the reasons why we moved so close to the park. We're 2 blocks away when we get there. But anyway, so we're heading now where to the Robin?
Magnificent Mile.
The Magnificent Mile, which is where you have all these like really high-end stores, and it's just a beautiful street. And we probably aren't going to buy anything, but we'll check it out. Because it's on the way, we're actually going to hit the Navy Pier first, and then we'll hit the Magnificent Mile. Well, this is the first. This is actually a Nutella shop. Never seen anything like this. Have you?
I think so. Nutella, it looks like it's by Ferrara, which I think is that Ferrara Rocher company. I don't know for sure.
Yeah, it could be because hazelnut chocolate.
Right. We did see a huge Ferrara warehouse distributing building on the way into Chicago.
Right. And next one, Robin wants to check out something that's called the Museum of Ice Cream. I'm not as excited. And there it is. Almost looks like Barbie's Museum of Ice Cream. So this is pretty cool. This is Chicago Tribune building, and you can see they've got little pieces of things from all places in the world, and I'll show you some. That's from Delaware, from an old church. Iowa. That's from Germany, from a bridge. That was in the Parthenon. Man, that's really an old piece, obviously. 447 BC. Istanbul, Turkey. And that's the World Trade Center. That was obviously 2001 when 9/11 happened, so that's probably one of the pieces of the remains of the buildings that came down that day. Now I could actually touch this piece, which is a part of Abraham Lincoln's original tomb. Pretty cool. The Alamo, Edinburgh Castle. Robin and I were there a few years ago when we loved Edinburgh. Remember that? We actually went to that castle. This is the Jane Addams Memorial Park. It's beautiful. I know Robin likes this, but one of the things we like about having a destination is while you're walking to it, you bump into other things and you check out those things while you're heading to your destination, right? So we just found this park, didn't know it was here. We're gonna check it out. You get a view of the Great Lakes up here. So this is Ohio Street Beach. This is Lake Michigan, and years ago, Robin and I were here, and we actually swam. We were doing triathlons at the time. We actually swam here. You can see there's buoys there. There's actually a swimming lane there, and you get some swimming in for some awesome training, actually. This is the Navy Pier. That's one big wheel. You having fun, Snacks? What's nice is they have the water here. Like I said, we swam in when we were doing triathlon training years ago. But they also have this nice walkway right here, right around the water, the Great Lake of Michigan. And you also have this bike path. So you get a lot of runners, bikers, walkers, swimmers. It's a pretty nice thing to have right in the middle of the city, this big. This is the Northwestern campus. It's a very nice message. They have better cameras than my YouTube channel. So this is the start of the Miracle Mile walk. And again, it's a lot of fancy stores and things like that, but we're gonna try to find a restaurant around here too. We found a vegan restaurant. Kind of nice. You got a lot of restaurants and stuff here. So we're checking the Fleet Feet out because we used to own a Fleet Feet Sports in Gaithersburg, Maryland. And Dave Zimmer, who owns this one, owns like 7 other ones in the Chicago area. All right, we're going to meet a friend here in Fulton Market. I'm going to check it out. All right, well, the next day we are now heading out of Chicago. It's pouring out, so it wasn't a lot of fun getting out of the hotel, but we made it. and we hope to be somewhere in Ohio sometime today. It was $6.60 just to get on this road. I call that highway robbery. Well, it's really pouring now. So what I don't understand is the map, the weather map was saying that it should not be raining when we got to Ohio, but actually it is still raining and we're in Ohio, so I'm not sure what's going on, but I'm a little over this rain, aren't you?
Very.
No, it's not fun. Well, we're glad about one thing, and that is the rain stopped, right?
Yes.
It's been pouring on us all day long. I mean, we started off at like 8 o'clock in the morning. It was pouring, and here it is 2 o'clock, and I think we finally drove through all the rain, and we're actually past Toledo now, or right around Toledo, I should say, Ohio, and we're going to continue our journey. All right, we are moments away from Pennsylvania, and our final destination for today is going to be Pittsburgh, because it's getting late. And then from there, we got a straight shot. We can make it to New York City tomorrow. All right, we spent last night in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. We're up in the morning and we're ready to actually be in New York City today. Our move-in date isn't for a couple more days, but we'll be in New York City and we can actually check out our place before we have our stuff moved in. Well, it took a little while to figure it out, but we figured it out and we got out of Pittsburgh. It just was a little confusing and we went around in circles for a little while, but we got out, right?
Yeah.
On the way to New York. So we are in the city of Zion, Pennsylvania, and I have to say it's very different than the Zion in Utah. All right, we're in the Poconos. Do you know anything about the Poconos?
Not much, really.
It's just, I guess, a getaway mountain here in Pennsylvania. Well, another milestone. We are officially in New Jersey. This is what happens when you take on an 18-wheeler.
Driver's license, insurance card, and registration.
Well, that wasn't fun. As you saw, we got into a little bit of a crash, and now we got a big mark on our car. But at least we could drive. It's crazy that it all happened like just at the very, very, very end of our journey. We got 70 miles to go to get to New York City. But it is what it is. We're okay. No one got hurt, right?
Right.
And we learned, we live to, you know, we live on for another day. I don't know how the saying goes, but something like that. And we will continue the journey. As you can tell, we're getting close to getting into New York City because there's a lot of traffic out there. And we're getting ready to go over the George Washington Bridge into New York City. Wow, so to go over this bridge to get into New York City to go to our home, it costs $17 for the toll. That's a pretty hefty price just to go use a bridge, I think. Runners, walkers, whatever, it's pretty cool. All right, right, so we made it to our hotel room. We're going to be here for a couple of nights, but we're also going to check out our new condo, which is not that far from here, but the movers don't come until Monday. Today is Friday. They won't allow us to move in over the weekend. So we aren't going to be able to enjoy our new condo just yet, but we're only a couple blocks away. So we'll actually go visit it, make sure everything is okay, probably drop off some stuff there while we are staying here in this hotel, and we will just check out New York. All right, well, first day in New York. We haven't moved into our condo yet. We'll be doing that in a couple of days, but we're gonna go for a quick run in Central Park. You excited, Robin?
Yeah.
It's been a little while since we've been in Central Park. I think the last time we were here was May, so it was about a few months ago, but we're back. We're ready to run. All right, we're at the most famous park in the world, and we're getting ready to do our run. You ready, Robin? You ready to do this?
I'm ready.
Let's do it. All right, let's do this.
Yeah, we're doing it.
All right, so we got our 3 miles in. It's been like a month since we've run, so I wasn't sure if we were gonna finish it, but we did, and we did our normal pace, like 10:30 something. What did you think of it?
Yeah, I mean, it was a little harder than usual, but we'll get back to it.
I think some of the good things about the Central Park is that you got some distractions and things to look at, and it kind of helps the run go a little faster. So that helps out a little bit. Anyway, it was fun.
Yep.
The prices you have when you live in the city is you have rats. Well, we got to our new place a little early. We have a couple more days before the movers actually get here to move us in, but what we found out is the electricity isn't on, so we got to get that done because we were hoping to use the wash machine and dryer here to get some things washed before we go back to the hotel room before we come back here in a couple of days. But at least I could show you what this place looks like before we move in, even though I have some stuff on the ground, and then I'll show it to you after we move in. This is coming in from the front door. There's Robin in the living room, and that's the dining room. Got a little balcony out there. That's the kitchen. You can see it's a lot smaller than our place that we had in Oceanside. It's a little small, but that's the way things are in New York. I get some cabinets put in the kitchen just to make it a little bit more doable when it comes to all our pots and pans and stuff. Closet. I would put on the lights. This is the bathroom, but as I said, the electricity's out. This is gonna be my new office. This is where I'm going to do all my videos and all that other stuff that I do. So this is where I'll be editing videos and all that fun stuff. Then you come out of the den. This will be the master bedroom. It's a little oddly shaped, but it looks like it's an adequate size. Then we got the master bathroom, which again, I would turn on the lights, but I can't. There's a shower in here. And you can't really see it that well. And then there's a walk-in closet that doesn't have anything in here. We need to build this closet out because it's just an open room right now, so we'll have to do that. And there's little closets here and there, and then there's another door that you can't use. Why that door is there is because they converted 2 units into 1. This is a 4AB, and it's because they took 2 units and they converted it into 1 unit, and that's what we're in. Anyway, I'll show it to you the next time I show it to you. Hopefully it will have all our stuff in it and it'll look a lot nicer. This is one wacky park.
Tango, round of applause for our DJ Emily.
The one thing about New York is there's always markets and things going on. There's always something going on. It's a farmer's market right now. Like that, vegan and gluten-free. Awesome. Well, we're heading to a birthday party in Brooklyn and we haven't even moved in yet.
I'm Shelby's boyfriend.
Oh, okay, okay. Hey, how you doing? Yeah.
And he's Robin's husband.
This makes sense that you two came
Everybody's got
together.
some-
Yeah, exactly. See how it all clicks,
Yeah.
right? And Casey's getting pizza, he said.
So you guys are recent people to move into New York?
Yeah,
Is that
like a
what's
day.
Yeah. Well, tomorrow's the move-in day.
Yeah.
Maybe in a minute. Did you want one? Yeah. Oh, sorry. Yay. Oh, sorry. Well, this is moving day, and you can see we got boxes everywhere. What have we got ourselves into? Boxes everywhere. We're taking a little bit of a break from unpacking our house, and we're on like Broadway and 79th, and this is a Banksy right here. Pretty cool. There's a Banksy right here. Awesome. Well, we haven't 100% moved in, but we've got some stuff in. We are doing some things with the kitchen. This is why the kitchen looks crazy right now. But we are actually ripping all those cabinets out and putting different cabinets in so that Robin can reach them, because these are all high and we don't have any really low ones. But this is the kitchen. We pretty much have it put together, except for obviously changing the cabinets. The dining room, we actually have some artwork up. That's our table from Oceanside, but we had to take a leaf out because it won't fit in here. It's too small. It's too big to fit in that little room that we have now. But anyway, that's there. We got our bikes out there, our electric bikes out on the deck, and a little pee pad for Snickers. And our living room, we actually have our TV up on the wall, which is amazing in itself. And we've got some artwork up. We got our sofa that was delivered. We had to get a different sofa than the one we had in Oceanside because it was too big. We couldn't get that sofa in here, so we had to get rid of it. But we've got this smaller one now. But the room doesn't look too bad, but it is small, but it doesn't look too bad. We actually have some semblance of a pantry, but it's still not where we want it to be. We've got these really cool skateboards, Keith Haring skateboards. We actually bought these in New York when we were here in May, and they didn't send us a hanger for every one of them, so we actually are going to have a sixth one down there, but we don't have the hanger yet. So let's take a look around. We've got the bathroom, and the nice thing is the electricity actually works. This is the guest bathroom, and then my office, which is where I spend most of my time. I actually have my videos going on, so I actually am doing that. And actually, if you watch the video on this right now, this is the clip that's right before this clip that I'm filming. This clip that I'm filming will be right after that. So anyway, so I'm actually in the middle of doing it and editing this video. And so I have pretty much the office put together, but I still have some work to do. But at least I have some artwork on the wall. My guitars, I found I could not put them anywhere because there's no room for them, so I had to hang them up on the wall. So they're up on the wall. And then we go over to the master bedroom. Put some light on. I'm still figuring out where all the light switches are. So the closet actually doesn't have any poles or things or anything, so we had to get these temporary things, and we're gonna get some poles put in so that we actually have a decent closet that actually you can put stuff in. Master bathroom is a little bit of a mess, but at least it's getting there. This is the bathroom. It's getting there. There's still stuff all over the place. And if you look at the master bedroom, which is actually the largest thing in this house, and we all actually bought some IKEA stuff to put stuff in. So we got a new dresser. We have some curtains that are going to be coming in the way, but they're probably going to be about 3 weeks out. And we're getting there. Robin actually has her desk here. Because this room is so big, she's able to put her desk there. But anyway, that's all I really had for this video. And look for videos down the road about our experiences in New York, as well as, obviously, I'll still be doing healthy living videos because that's what I love to do. But you'll see some other videos on what we do, you know, in New York, some vlogs and stuff like that. So anyway, if you like the video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. And if you have any comments or anything that you want to say or any tips that you have of living in New York City, please leave them in the comments below. And I will see you in the next video.